Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video for today. So PayPal reports July 29th before the market opens, same day as SoFi, by the way, probably same time as well. We are going to be live on the channel, so make sure you are subscribed and get that notification bell on as well so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos and stream. Now I do want to touch first on two big announcements one big announcement and then another announcement that came just after that from PayPal. It is very, very promising. Now, it's not something that will change next quarter results or the quarter after that. It's something that could change PayPal's growth trajectory in the long run. And that's the most important part here, right? Because for a long, long time, people were saying, oh, who uses PayPal anymore? PayPal doesn't grow anymore, etc., etc. It's true that PayPal doesn't grow as fast as it did before, right? If we go and look at its growth rate, for example, here on fiscal.ai, by the way, proud partner and sponsor of the channel. You can get 15% off if you use my link. New users will get Fiscal Pro for free for 2 weeks, just so you know. Now, if we look at the revenue growth rates, 7.3% compounded over the last 3 years. Now look at what's expected over the next 2 years. Only 4.3. Of course, EPS expected to grow faster than that. But yeah, this is PayPal. This is the reality of PayPal at the moment. This is why, right? This is why revenue has been so slow in the last couple of quarters, because they have been focusing on profitability, profitable growth, not growth at all costs, right? Because growth at all costs, it's true that growth at all costs did bring PayPal to 120 or something like that. And then what it brought PayPal to $300, not because it was growing at all costs, but also because the market was just purely overvalued, right? But it was growing much, much faster. It was acquiring other businesses and it was growing at all costs, which didn't make much sense. Then what happens when you do not grow that fast anymore, but you're still trying to grow at all costs? Well, then you see your stock, of course, come down, right? The drawdown since the peak is still 75%. Still 75%. Now, I've said it in the past. I think if you look 3-5 years from now, I think if PayPal executes the way I think it will execute, I don't see why PayPal should not be a $300 stock. Remember, there are way less shares today and there will be way less shares in the future than there were back in 2021. So making its way back to $300 shouldn't be that difficult if executed correctly, right? They still need to continue to grow, to generate more free cash flow, etc., etc. That still needs to happen. But I think it will happen. I mean, I believe it will happen because, I can think whatever I want. I don't control the company's fate. Alex, Chris, and the team, they do. But yeah, to me, PayPal, even at these prices, because PayPal, as you will see, has been making its way back up a little bit, right? Especially in the last 3 months or so, we can see that PayPal is up now 20%. So it's making its way back up slowly but surely. But yeah, year to date, we are still down because, believe it or not, at the start of this year, the stock was actually above $90 at one point. And I think that today the company is better than before. So yeah, I don't see why this company should not be going back to 90 and eventually also $100 even this year. Might not happen right now, might happen towards the back half of the year, but I do think that right now we're seeing a lot of positive moves from PayPal. And so to answer the possible question that will be in the title, is it too late to buy PayPal? Should you buy PayPal before the earnings report, etc., etc.? I think yes, I think PayPal is cheap today. I think PayPal is still undervalued today. I think PayPal, yes, a trading PE of 17.1 and a forward PE of 14.8, yes, is still cheap for a company that, is generating billions of dollars in free cash flow, using all of that to buy back shares. Right now, I think the buyback yield is quite close to 8-9% or so, maybe now closer to 8%. That's pretty good. I do also expect revenue to reaccelerate in the back half of the year as well. They figure out, right, how to price to value, and as they will start to lap easier quarters as well. So we're going to see that reacceleration. I'll talk about the catalyst in just a bit, but let's jump into the a couple of announcements first. You know the drill, hit all the buttons and all of that, especially the notification bell. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. All right, so first up, we will talk about the, let's say, most recent announcement, which was this one. PayPal and Wix advance strategic relationship to deliver unified payments experience for merchants. Now, why is this important? Well, Wix is a pretty popular platform, especially for website building, SaaS, e-commerce, and all of that. Now, instead of having to manage PayPal payments separately, Wix users can now connect their PayPal business account directly into Wix's own payment system, which is Wix Payments. This also means that all PayPal transactions, including regular payments, buy now, pay later, pay with Venmo, will be managed from a single place within Wix. PayPal will also handle the card processing for some payments within Wix Payments, acting as their PSP or payments service provider. Now, what does this mean for PayPal? Like I said, this is not something that will change the company in a quarter or even in 2 quarters. But this, just like with the other announcements that we've seen over the last couple of weeks and months, it adds up, right? It adds up. It's more transactions, more adoptions of PayPal services. It all adds up, right? A little bit of here, a little bit of there. Eventually, you get a little bit of everywhere, and that becomes a pretty big impact on the business. Again, these things will take time, but I think this is a very, very good sign of things to come and things that have been coming in, especially since Alex Chriss became CEO of PayPal. Moving on to the bigger announcement, and that came out of nowhere. I was sick in bed, almost dead. That rhymes actually, not bad, might be a title of a song. So, introducing PayPal World, a global payment connecting the world's largest payment systems and digital wallets, starting with interoperability to PayPal and Venmo. So, in short, for consumers, your domestic wallet accepted at millions more businesses around the world. I believe with the partners that they are announcing here, that's 2 billion. Okay, 2 billion. Poof, just like that. Not bad. So what does that mean? Access to shop at millions more businesses online, in-store, and with AI agents. Pay international businesses using their domestic payment system or wallet of choice and local currency. Seamless money transfers to users across borders. Now, for the millions of businesses, access to nearly 2 billion consumers with your existing integration. So expanded reach into new markets and nearly 2 billion users, increased payment options and sales online, in-store, and with AI agents. Businesses automatically accept new digital payment options at checkout when more partners join the platform with no additional development work required. Very crucial. And again, this adds to the value that PayPal offers, right? This has always been the topic of discussion more recently because we know that the payment space is a crowded one, but there is a reason why Adyen, for example, has been winning, right? There's a reason why Stripe has been winning for a long, long time. And there's a reason why PayPal has not been winning, right? With Dan Schulman previously. Right? What was the value? What do you bring to the table for the price that we're paying? Are you innovating enough? Are you vertically integrated? Do you have like a suite of products that we can use that when we pay for something, it's all vertically integrated? Yes or no? Since Alex Chriss came in, yes, all of that has changed for the better, And that's why I'm still a shareholder. Well, actually, that's why I became a shareholder of PayPal. Then continuing here, PayPal World, a technology agnostic platform for cross-border commerce. So PayPal World is expected to go live beginning this fall with all partners interoperable with PayPal and Venmo in time for the holidays. The platform is purpose-built to allow further interoperability if partner wallets decide to pursue that in the future, further expanding reach and acceptance across borders. Leveraging open commerce APIs, PayPal World solves the complexity of cross-border commerce with a cloud-native multi-region deployment architecture that ensures low latency and high availability worldwide. Funny enough, PayPal was mentioned during the Google earnings call. The first couple of payment systems and digital wallets are, of course, PayPal and Venmo. Then you've got Mercado Pago, That's a memorandum of understanding that has been signed, but we already have here, I believe, the CEO of Mercado Pago commenting on that. So I think that's going to happen. Mercado Pago comes from Mercado Libre. Then we've got here NPCI, International Payments Limited, is an Indian company. Then PayPal Venmo, like I said, and then Tenpay Global. That's a Chinese payer. I believe that's from WeChat. Yes, PayPal is one of the only companies that can operate in China. And quick correction here, Tenpay Global is owned by Tencent and Tencent owns WeChat. The payments here is, so they give us a couple of scenarios actually at the end. So let's talk about that in a bit. But then they talk here about something that in my mind blown, that this didn't happen before. PayPal and Venmo become seamlessly interoperable. So, I mean, the fact that one company owns PayPal and Venmo and these systems didn't even talk with each other, it's just mind-blowing stuff. But of course, that's about to change. The new functionality will allow PayPal and Venmo users to send money to each other anywhere in the world. This marks a pivotal moment for Venmo and PayPal, connecting one of the most iconic social platforms to the full scale of PayPal's global networks. For example, if you're in America, you use Venmo, I use PayPal, I'm in Belgium, I'm in Europe. You can send money. Don't, but you can. In addition to peer-to-peer payments, coming in 2026, Venmo users will be able to shop both online and in stores at millions of merchants globally that accept PayPal. This was also something that I didn't understand. You have that pay with PayPal, but if you were using Venmo, that doesn't count. It just didn't make any sense. So I'm happy that is changing. So about the examples here. When traveling or shopping across borders, consumers will be able to use their domestic payment systems or digital wallets to pay. For example, a PayPal user goes on holiday in China, they want to grab some coffee in a cafe that accepts Weixin Pay. All they'll need to do is open their PayPal app and scan to pay. Now, the question is, how would you know? How would you know that they accept PayPal? Maybe marketing, right? Everyone that does accept Weixin Pay is now going to say, oh, we also accept PayPal, or it works with PayPal. Because otherwise, how should I know that it works with PayPal? I don't read Chinese, and maybe I don't read the news either. So this is, I guess, something that they'll have to figure out. Example number 2, a UPI, that's the Indian system, user in India wants to buy a pair of sneakers from an online store in the United States. Why would he do that? Pay more? I don't know. But okay, this is a scenario. When they click on the PayPal button at checkout, they will see the UPI button. They know to complete the transaction. So here, again, what's the whole point of having all of this? Well, the whole point of having all of this is, again, more TPV, more transactions, more companies and people actually using PayPal's systems, right? Whether it's PayPal, whether it's Venmo, whether it's the underlying technology, plus the data, because this could be another great segue into PayPal's advertising business, right? Again, PayPal has that two-sided ecosystem. This is something that they've talked about, again, during the Investor Day earlier this year. They said, we will reimagine every interaction, every transaction, and every connection in the commercial ecosystem. We're not just participating in the future of commerce, we're actively creating it. So their vision, of course, today, that's the state of things. Online, one size fits all, static buy button, payment processors, multi-independent platforms. What PayPal wants to do here, and this was basically the whole team. So online, no, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to have personalized experience for each user, dynamic smart wallet, commerce partner, and the one PayPal platform. So not multiple independent platform, just that one PayPal platform. I believe in this slideshow there were 224 slides or something like that. They have one slide where you see a timeline where what's going to be on that one PayPal platform, the first half of 25, second half, and first half of 2026. And then you have this, right? Their strategy, building the next generation commerce platform. Their two-sided platform reinforces the value we create for both merchants and consumers. So you've got here power payments, drive growth, operate smarter, that's for merchants, which leads us to gets the most value, pay your way, pay everywhere, that's for the consumer, and then when you have pay everywhere, you have, again, power payments, and the flywheel goes round and round and round. This is basically the value creation objectives. We've talked about that before. I like this: grow free cash flow in line with net income, use disciplined capital allocation to deliver faster growth and higher returns. And this is basically Alex Chris: strong foundation and faster innovation driving durable growth. So it's not growth at all cost. It's not going to be always profitable growth. It's going to be driving durable growth. And so before ending, we of course can go and look at what the market is expecting PayPal to report on Tuesday before the market opens. We go here again on fiscal.ai. You look at estimates here under the analysis tab, and we look at the upcoming quarter, which is this one right here. So the market is expecting around $8 billion in revenue for the quarter, EPS to coming at around $1.30. Then, free cash flow, I think, is another good metric here. Free cash flow, $1.76 billion of free cash flow for the quarter. I think it's going to be a beat across the board, but I also think that the catalysts are what's going to move this stock, right? So Braintree growth, Venmo monetization, more comments on advertising, please. Maybe, of course, now that we had that PayPal world, I guess they'll have to explain that even more during the earnings call. So omnichannel momentum maybe fits into that as well. And then the transaction margin dollars trend continues to go on the way up. I think those things, and especially maybe Braintree growth or just guidance and saying, oh, we expect it, or we expect growth to accelerate already next quarter, I think that's what's going to push this stock higher. And so, yes, I apologize for the longer video, but I was also away for a couple of days, so I guess this is me compensating for that. But yeah, other than Google, I still think that PayPal is one of the no-brainer plays out there. Highest conviction stock, probably up there with a Google, with a SoFi, with a Nebius. Actually, the list is getting a bit long recently, but yeah, even when markets are at all-time highs, especially in today's market, not in 2021, especially in today's markets, I think you can still find a lot of quality businesses trading at very, very attractive prices. And I would put PayPal in that list every single day, and even twice when I release a video. So that's about it for me in this video. Of course, we'll see each other tomorrow or in the next live stream. Hit all the buttons, especially the notification bell. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.